Well, it was one of those games today, one of the ones that you don't really want. Elon jumped out. We handled them in the first, it tied, and then the second is kind of like we disappeared, and they had their way with us. And we've got to work on those things. There are a lot of things we have to work on, obviously, but we've got to work on consistency and playing the entire game, putting quarters together.
You didn't have a game Friday. I asked you out there. Was it rust today? Were they just kind of out of rhythm? They just weren't ready to go?
They looked like they were out of rhythm, and like I said, they came in to shoot around a little down, a little, no energy, and then, it carried on through the game, and that's something I've got to look at is, does that make a difference if we're going hard on a Friday into a Sunday? Typically, you look at it and say, ooh, wow, that's a quick turnaround, but maybe it keeps us fresh.
You talked about the energy. Usually you guys are on top of the rebounding battle. They out-rebounded you today. How much of that, though, is just a mindset thing about being able to go get those balls?
Yeah, and it went along with their posture, so to speak. I mean, they weren't aggressive on the defensive end and offensive end, and it carried over into rebounds. We weren't really fighting for rebounds. A couple of the rebounds hit the floor, and that's not typical of the way we rebound in a game.
Defensively, though, you're able to steal the ball 14 times. Are you active with their hands being active today, or happy with their hands being active today?
Yeah, and we wanted to do that. We wanted to put some pressure, and I looked at, we see that we turned them over 22 times in addition to us being turned over, and that's what you get in kind of these fast-paced games, and they came at it, and they pushed the ball in transition quite a bit, and we tried to as well. So I think athletically-wise, we're pretty much matched up.
When you look at the stat sheet, and there's a lot where you can kind of like rub your head, they out-rebound, shoot poor from the foul line, from the floor as well. How do you pick them up off the ground after a game where really not much was going your way today?
Well, we've got to look at the things where we were deficient in today and try to work on those. We worked on our free throws. I don't know what it is with them. I'm trying to find what makes them tick when it comes to free throws. We shot a whole lot of free throws this week in preparation, and then we don't get them today. We don't knock them down today.
Going into game on the second against Drexel, Denise Dillon, and that offense, they really run a very fundamentally and very strong system. How do you get them to prepare to, like you said out there, guard for 27 seconds?
Yeah, and they've got to do that. I mean, we did guard a little bit with our feet, not our hands as much as we have in the past, but we've got to sustain that, and we've got to make sure we can stretch that for the 27 seconds. And, we've got to be able to do it. We do have some injuries, and some kids can only play. Raina Barber was out today. Deja Thomas is just coming back, and so we can only use her a couple minutes, and same with Mariah. And Deja and Mariah did a great job with, coming off, being really, really ill. So, but we've got to be able to defend for 27 seconds for the entire game.